Hi, my name is Ashley Blacquiere, and I'm an instructor and faculty member in the Digital Design and Development program at North Island College. My core teaching subjects include mainly programming languages such as JavaScript, Swift, and CSS, as well as mobile application development tools and practices, including Android, iOS, and web app development. I also sometimes teach the Introduction to Social Media course and the program capstone courses. Broadly speaking, though, if you're working towards one of our development-focused diplomas, you'll be spending a lot of time in class with me. Programming is a skill that has been with me through most of my life. I learned basic programming and C programming in high school, and then further developed my programming skills through analytical and numerical methods in my undergraduate degree in mathematics at the University of Prince Edward Island. During my graduate degree at the Center for Digital Media in Vancouver, I trained in the development of digital media product development, especially interactive digital products, both as a designer and a developer, which led me to a career in the video games development industry. During my time in the video game industry, I worked primarily as a programming designer on a number of well-known AAA titles, including Prototype 2, Destiny, and Dying Light, possibly games you've played before. I also worked at other times on less well-known social network games, including Seek and Find, Viking Clan, Mob Wars, and on a whole host of other unreleased games developed on small teams or as part of research purposes. So in summary, my background encompasses both programming and design. My design experience, however, encompasses game design rather than web or product design. I tend to leverage my experience from the game industry in many of my classes. I often assign game programming related projects, and I use many of the principles of game design, especially of iterative development and usability testing, in both course and content design. You can expect that this means that a main goal in the courses I teach is that we have fun as much as we're challenged and we learn. This brings me to the guiding principle through which I develop courses and course content. Based on the theory of learning proposed by James Gee and his colleagues, there is a meaningful connection between playing games, like board games or video games, and in learning as it relates to motivation and challenge. In particular, the theory states that we're motivated to learn when we feel that we are empowered to learn. In other words, when we feel like we can make choices and we're in control of our own destiny. You can see how this relates to both games and college courses through an example. We're motivated to succeed in games in part because we can choose our own strategy, and we're motivated to succeed in school when we feel like we can choose our own path that meets our educational needs and career goals, just like you're able to choose your own courses, or perhaps even in some classes, choose the types of assignments that you get to work on. Similarly, Geese Theory states that we learn best when we're challenged, especially by challenges that force us to push just beyond what we already know or are already comfortable with. Again, think of video games as an example. A video game that teaches the player the necessary techniques to win, but then complicates things by adding an extra layer of challenge, like more and more difficult puzzles in your favorite puzzle game, or successively more difficult challenges or scenarios in your favorite first-person shooter. This has a direct analog to learning in courses, where instructors present students with fundamental tools, then push students a little beyond their boundaries by adding some complexity to, say, a homework assignment. By layering this approach throughout the semester, students are progressively exposed to more and more challenging content, up to the level of mastery. Well, that's it for my introduction today. I hope this has given you a little sense of who I am and what I value in my teaching practice. And I hope you're even more excited to come and learn with us in the digital program. See you in the fall.